Hey guys, it's Parker here, back with part 25, yes, 25 and 26 of the Great Ace Attorney. So I'm gonna be recording for an hour, then I'm gonna be cutting into two parts as usual. I think that's the most that I could do with the time I have now. I don't understand how did this come to be in your possession. I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel. Your one and only friend in Thessalonians, if I'm not mistaken. If you'll humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. If the police demands this evidence with your fellow, no choice but to capitulate. Did you like switch it with another music disc? Oh my god, you did. You did, didn't you? For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this. Oh, that's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting, the result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary! He's a freaking chemist too. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Wow. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does this play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Runo? Inside a music box is a special metal piece called a comb that produces the sound. Well, I didn't know either. It's just a freaking music box. Small protuberances plug the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it. Huh, I didn't know that. But over time, a new type of player was introduced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another, and we have no way of knowing in which music box that this particular disc was designed to be played. There's no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. I see, so that's why. Naturally, I tested this in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, it's no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one, so I am personally engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's early for you, always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that's certainly true, in the worst case. I should just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Oh, whoops. No. I pressed that. No. Okay, I'll just skip over the dialogue. But if you want to find the specific... Oh no, we have to go through this again. again. No, me and my dumb butterfingers pressing the wrong dialogue. But like, I don't know, if the music box is connected to McGilded, then why don't you like research more about McGilded and then maybe like buy a music box that would be connected to McGilded? Wouldn't that decrease the options that we have here? Oh my god, watch me pick the wrong option again. Because I'm just like furiously pressing these buttons. Oh my god, god damn it. I hate it when I picked a different option. Okay, now you picked the right one. Magnus McGilded, now a name expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. How many times are you guys gonna go back to this? Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. The art in this game is like really good. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mrs. Thrice fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGill was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long. Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie, there's plenty to do. I think I should investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Scholes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winnibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. The freaking manuscript! Mr. Scholes' latest tale of underworldly mystery lies storm by storm were his words, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expected you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winnibank's storm gathering dust. My dear madame, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be an occasional mix-up, caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Ah! What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? You said The Hound of the Baskervilles, but how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Mrs. Sawdust is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Scholes, of course. But Bruno, The Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published. What? When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said he'd keep it safe until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see. So that's why the manuscript is at Winnibank's? And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Maybe she looked at the manuscript. Well, Hurley, what's going on? Ah, what is it, Mr. Scholes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Mrs. Strahd. This is a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going. No, wait, Mrs. Strahd! We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? What's going on here? Oh yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you, Mrs. Strahd. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand in the door, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Meadowsome? I won't take no for an answer. Meadowsome it is, then. The cat! Oh my god, it's so cute. Meow. It's so cute. That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as he came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine. And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strings of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his Lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, could I console you with you about something, I wonder? What's the matter, Susato-san? It's about the telegram I received. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Stars asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we have to start preparing at once. Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I should find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Good evening, friends! Iris, hello again. And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a top pot of tea. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us, wasn't it wonderful? You mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I can earn a living from it. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Wait, what? That's mine! Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes, I've forgotten. Iris is literally a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though. Thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances of a lawyer who lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Wow. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Alright, guess they're conversing with Iris. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what all this is about really, but it's a story made up. Is Iris this mantle script or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So he studied them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's their old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time. So I never really met him. Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps you should ask her. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that is another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow from the other cases, I mean. Oh, how? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way, because after I read it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I ever seen him like that. It pains me to say this, that you've been told over it for so long, Iris, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say, not now, so please do not ask me. Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript needs to be with Mr. Winniebake, is it? Yes, Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's training like a child. That's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that. I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean. Eh? If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must be a very good reason. I think so too. You are too trusting for your own good. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to I spent my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me? I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look, these are full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we were born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look at the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, different's my life. I love it. I get a kick out every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it would be like to have parents, I mean. Always thought it would make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, it sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh. I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he bought that mantle script or whatever, right? But come on, there's always a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. That story was really an old Winniebake storeroom. There's only someone from out there on the road. In other words, you could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that, I'm sure of it. Ha! Gonna do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, the manuscript ain't in Winniebanks. You soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That shows he's a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if I might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it was wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come on, Ginny, we should go back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then. Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turn in for the night too, Naruto-san. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! That face. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Mrs. Strahd. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris' room, but her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She's probably decided to go home, no? I think not. For speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting Mrs. Sato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? What's going on? Oh, maybe she went to the Palm Bakery. Wait a minute, why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Winniebanks' Palm Bakery. Mr. Winniebanks. Oh no. Could Gina have gone? It seems that you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Mrs. Sato. The door to Winniebanks is open. And the lamp is burning. It must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot, isn't it? There's no one here. Oh, yes. There is. What? Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Holy shit! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But after them. Go! Right. But I've lost them. Hello, what have we here? The alarm was just raised from the Palm Burger, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Winniebanks.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
To be continued. Oh my god, did Mr. Winnie die? Holy shit. Oh, yes, I was safe. Man, Ace Attorney, they always like kill people like all the time. Oh my god. Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry! Holy shit. It's Gina? Oh my god. From that moment, Winnie Banks' pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back in lodgings at 221B.